Hello and welcome to a Smurd P video, and today I am looking at Transformers Rise of the Beast Studio Series 105 Autobot Mirage, which was surprisingly one of the biggest highlights of Rise of the Beast for most people. The character took center stage, and it was a really good bot. Is his likeness to his G1 counterpart close? I don't think so. The way that I look at these films is they take these character names. Some have some similarities, but some are completely different. So, and Mirage was, he did not played a few, but he was a Joker character, but he was also deemed as a traitor at one point. I can't remember if that was comics or the series, etc. So, but he was always an Autobot, and very, very interesting character. And one I liked, obviously, he was a race car in the show. He was not going to be a race car in this because he can blend in. So, big screen and sorry, I've just dropped my light. I am so sorry. That's probably not the first time that's happened, and I'm shining light right in there, so you're not actually seeing what I'm trying to show you. Big screen and spot scale detail backdrop. Now, this is officially licensed product by Porsche, so which is there, and they've got a little sticker there, which I think is cool. New York Getaway. So that I think that's the backdrop. You can change them in 25 step. Mirage and Noah speed through the streets of New York to outrun the police. Wow, look at that. Right, I'm going to get him out and we can have a closer look at him. Okay, so here is the backdrop, which is, well, literally just a street. And if you want, you can get that in there like that. That is entirely up to you. I'm never a big fan of these backdrops, but I see the nice intent that Hasbro are trying to achieve. So the figure, I thought I was going to be quite harsh on this, considering what I've seen in terms of promo pictures, but actually it doesn't look that bad, other than he has massive gaps and car pieces everywhere. It's very, very obvious. I mean, no, actually that looks ridiculous. So he feels very, very weak in terms of that compartment, and I think I know why. I think it's because Deluxes in this line don't have the room to make proper solid areas, etc. We saw the same with Nightbird. Don't get me wrong, she wasn't that bad, but it is usually quite evident in the Deluxes. They end up not being able to contain some of these pieces, etc. Now, bear in mind, I can't remember what he actually looked like in the film, but that's a massive gap there, which looks hideous. If they could have found a way to achieve that gap, I would have I think I would have been a bit more inclined to be happier with how this figure looks. Now, look at that head sculpt. That looks very, very nice. I do like that. And he does have the chest piece here. It's almost like a prow from the G1 animation where the chest piece is there. So it's almost similar to that in terms of look, etc. The arm does look quite solid, which is quite nice. And he does have these sort of see-through areas, which I guess are intentional. I think. I'm not sure. And then you've got some nice robotic details on there. He has this massive gap between the foot and the leg here, so which is evident, etc. So there are lots of weak points here, but there are lots of positives as well. I do like that head sculpt. I do think he will fit in very nicely with this team. Unfortunately, I no longer have anyone left from this team to show him with, which I obviously intended to have, and then I was gonna have them as a whole and then sell them off, because that's what I do with Transformers these days. I don't keep them because A, I don't have the space, and B, it's an agreement that I have with my wife. I'm allowed to keep certain things. Some things I would never agree to let go, but Transformers unfortunately is one of those. Now, it does come with the little gun, and it's it just sort of sits over the hand. So I think the idea, bear in mind I can't remember, is that his hand transforms into this cannon, and you can see that looks very, very nice. I do like how that looks. That is very awesome. That is very cool. So articulation, the head, I mean, if you lift that up, it can go all the way around. There's a little up and down there. And just put that back there. The arm can sort of almost go around, but you do have these wheels at the back to consider. You know, there's lots of movement up there and around there as well. Swivel on the elbow. Single there, which is very normal for Transformers. Little wrist there. Now, there you can see there is the motion there. You can move that around, but you have these great big car doors on the side, meaning you are not going to get the full range of motion with this figure going on. And yeah, that includes the knee bend as well. He does have nice movement on the foot, etc., which I'm only going to gather and say that is part of the transformation, etc. So nice articulation. So nice little looking bot, etc. Not perfect. Oh, goodness. Not perfect. And there are reasons why it's perfect. I think it will be even more evidential when I change this figure into the Porsche that he represents, because I suspect that is going to look perfect. So transform and roll out. Okay, so here is the Auto mode, and I've got to say, I do like it. I do like how it looks. I mean, you got a nice little Autobot Sigma in there. It's very small, and it doesn't come up very well in the camera, but it is there. Nice headlights, nice side lights. I'm sorry, I keep knocking my camera thing. And the initial part of the transformation starts off really nice. You got Porsche on there. It starts off really, really nice until you get to the back section. The back section is a nightmare. And you can still see where it's not fully clipped in there. But if it is clipped in there, it would look very, very nice. So it is a pain in the rear axle to get the back piece transformed and connected. I don't know why. It's like the pegs are not exactly designed to fit in there, and it's just hard work, or they're a little bit small. And I guess if they're not small, perhaps they look odd when they're in robot mode, and maybe that's why. But you know, it's not fun. I mean, I suspect all I've got to do is touch it and it will all come to pieces. And unfortunately, because I've been putting a lot of effort into it, I seem to have scratched there, which I'm a little bit irritated by. Probably more annoyed at myself than anything. But other than that, it looks really, really cool. And like I said before, they put a really lot of effort into how this Auto mode looks, that that the robot side of it does suffer. And I guess they've got to show Porsche that they're doing right by them, perhaps. You know, I mean, they've gone out and got a license agreement with them, so they've got to do right by them and ensure that that relationship is intact for perhaps future relationships. But and obviously these figures are designed for S+ kids, so older kids, not grown adults like us. So we've got to take into account that, you know, there could be kids that enjoy this mode almost as much as the robot mode. But any adults out there that are out there, they're going to be putting that in robot mode for their display pieces, let's be honest. So, but there you have it, the not so perfect Porsche. It's a good little bot, etc. But you know, it's not perfect. And we've seen some amazing work with these studio series. Nightbird in this one, they're okay, but they're not on the same par. I don't know whether it's because the size takes away some of that what's the word, the flexibility of doing different things with it, etc., to make it look good. Do you get what I mean? I'm not sure if I'm explaining it very well, but anyway, the other thing I want to point out is you can stick the gun under there, and that looks absolutely brilliant, and it just all looks solid underneath there, just nice and simple and solid. So, you know, it is a good job. But yeah, this is meant to be their flagship Autobot at the moment, and you know, have they done justice by it? I'm not so sure. Anyway, it's nice to have this bot in my team. Very, very happy. Rolls really, really nicely, and he's gonna roll out just like this review. So thank you for watching. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you to those that are already subscribed to my channel. Make sure you look after yourself, and as always, embrace geekiness. Rum rum.